let him walk and kept me for another 5 months until we got arrested again. And one of the Faruqi brothers had said that he had something to do with it, and like the feds got involved, and it was deep. And they still tried to put me out on $500,000 bail for 7 murders. Like, come on, like they was playing foul, man. Like, it was a dirty case. It was a filthy case.
There was an unusual attempt by the district attorney's office to have the trial moved outside of Philadelphia into another county. The motion was denied. Several days before the trial, the prosecutors made another unusual move by requesting a delay because they needed time to investigate new information. Their last-ditch effort to delay the trial was when they asked the judge to levy a $500,000 bail for each defendant. Despite sitting in jail for 18 months, facing capital punishment and being labeled as the worst murderers in the city's history, the 4 never received a public or private apology from the DA's office or the police department.
He gave a quote, something to the effect that we're ready and we're going to try this case, and we're not backing down until hell freezes over, or something to that effect. And that was 2 days before they dropped the charges.
Shaheen Black, Bruce Vernay, brothers Dawood and Khalil Faruqi were the new suspects with the same charges as the previous suspects. Khalil Faruqi's attorney, Robert Gamberg, said he was familiar with the case but cited the discrepancies he found in the case against his client.
You had a set of discoveries saying these initial 4 people did it. Here's a statement from one of them. Here's the eyewitness testimony. Then you have the detectives coming back and saying, no, we were wrong about that. It was actually this group of defendants that did it, specifically the Faruqi brothers. And oh, by the way, now we have someone who's cooperating who got 15 to 30 years for one of the most horrific crimes in the city.
Bruce Vernay cooperated with the authorities, which led to the conviction of the 4. Unlike the prior suspects, the DA agreed to life sentences for the trio and a 15 to 30-year sentence for cooperating suspect Bruce Vernay.
We were just happy that justice finally came to the front.
I think this case was the right result. And as a result of pressure being done by the courts, pressure to move the case forward in a just manner, the real people went to trial, and ultimately, I believe, 2 of them pled guilty. So this was a remarkable outcome.
They had great lawyers who cared, and once those lawyers saw the injustice, it was like, I think the lawyers might have felt the same way I did. It's not often that you really get to fight for something that big, like freedom, and truth. And they really got behind this, and they fought like hell for those guys. So they're lucky.
The Lex Street Massacre was certainly qualified as one of the worst days in Philadelphia history. In fact, the massacre will qualify as one of the worst time periods in Philadelphia's history. There were 7 people killed who had children, parents, and friends who will forever mourn their loss. Also, there are the victims who survived the attack, but will have the burden of reliving this horrifying day forever in their minds. They may also have to deal with the survivor guilt or post-stress traumatic disorder. The 4 young men who were accused, then released, will now have to answer questions about these arrests to potential employers. How can you legitimately explain being falsely accused of murdering close to 10 people when your name was broadcast throughout the media across the world? As odd as it may seem, you also have 4 other young men whose lives were cut short that have family and friends who will suffer tremendously. The 800 block of Lex Street has since been rebuilt with brand new houses and bears no resemblance of what was a forgotten Philadelphia street. Sadly, the victims are now the only ones to be forgotten on Lex Street. To date, there hasn't been any mention or dedication by an elected official in their honor.